Strategic Food Reserve this afternoon has announced a price of 2,300. Does that price reflect the cost of production? Me and Governor Khaemba are part of the task force that was appointed by the President. And I would term this announcement by Strategic Food Reserves actually an affront in our appointment to that task force, because this is not the price that we have agreed. We met for the first meeting of the task force that was appointed by the President to establish actually the composition of the task force. And part of the things we left as an assignment to Strategic Food Reserves, the Ministry of Agriculture and Ministry of Finance, is to look at the issue of price, because when we were in that meeting, just as, by the way, Strategic Food Reserves mentioned that the price they had intended to buy maize was 2,100. When we looked at the cost of production, at high end, we were producing at 1,800. Now, if you say that we are buying at 2,100, you are saying the farmer is going to make 200 shillings before even adding the cost of transport. And therefore, this price of 2,300, I want to say me and Governor Khaemba are not part of it. And since we are in the task force, we are going to contest that and ask them that they improve the price, because we have looked at the parameters of what the government is looking at, the stocks they have and what they need to buy. We had also made a suggestion, because again, Strategic Food Reserves is telling us that they wanted to buy 2 million bags for Strategic Food Reserves. The same Strategic Food Reserves and Ministry of Agriculture is telling us 60% of the maize they have in the store is no longer fit for human consumption. We know the national requirement for Strategic Food Reserves is 4 million bags. Where do they want to get the 2 million bags that they don't want to buy from the farmers? And I think, let me say this, that it is unfortunate that it seems some quarters in national government are taking the presidential directive very lightly, and they still want to go back, the same people, making the same decisions and ending up in the same mistakes.
We wanted to look at these things from two dimensions. The immediate one, the short term, which they have gone ahead to announce without involving us, and then the long term also. Now we are wondering whether there will be any reason for us to remain on that task force, since things are already happening without our input, without any consultation. But I think we will have to put our heads together, talk to the minister, and see whether we need to remain on that task force. Otherwise, we want to tell our farmers, let them not think the two governors were involved in those decisions. We were not involved in the decisions.
That price is not the correct price to allow farmers to at least make some profit and give farmers the confidence to go back to farm next year.